Hey everyone, I want to show you one of my favorite squatting exercise, especially for the 50 plus population. It's called the Bulgarian Split Stance Squat. The reason I like it so much, it's a good example of single leg training. As we get older, we need to really work on our asymmetrical weaknesses. Guarantee you your right and or left side is overcompensating. This is also a good example of a compound movement. You're working more than one muscle group, moving more than one joint. What that means is you're going to burn more calories and get a bigger human growth hormone response when you recruit more than one muscle and move more than one joint. It's just a better anabolic stimulus. Remember, anabolic means muscle building. So I'll show you 3 demonstrations of how to do this. I'm going to go a beginner variation first. So you would have a bench. I have a step platform. It's about 12 feet high off the ground. You could have a bench or a platform, even a chair. But a good example of a Bulgarian split stance squat for a beginner, and I'll give you 2 versions of this, would be to have your right foot forward and your left toes are on top of a platform or a bench or a chair. You're going to pull your bottom rib cage down to avoid what we call banana back. You don't want to squat with this pattern, okay? It's going to cause some lumbar spine issues. So pull your bottom rib cage down. And if you're a beginner, you want to use your arms as a counterbalance. You would basically bend both knees, drop your hips down, swing your arms forward. There's 1 rep. Here's your second rep. There's 2. I'll give you 2 more. 3, 4, and based on your desired rep range, you would do the given amount of reps with the right foot forward, and then you would switch with the left foot forward. Now, if you're really someone who needs a lot of stability at the beginning and you lack the balance for this, you can have a foam roller out in front of you and set up in that same pattern. And you can gently tap the foam roller for balance as you get used to this movement pattern. So for a lot of my clients who are new at Bulgarian split stance squats, I will give them a foam roller just to gently tap or even hold on to the whole time to help them with balance. But again, I'm isolating my right leg, working my right quadricep, right hamstring, right glute, getting some really good core stabilization also, and phenomenal way to build lean muscle in that right leg. Now, let me show you 2 other variations that are definitely more advanced. You'd grab some dumbbells. And a advanced version would be a dumbbell Bulgarian split stance squat. Left foot on top of the platform. Again, pull your bottom rib cage down, look at the floor. Give me that same squatting pattern. Definitely adding a load now. I have 25-pound dumbbells in both hands. Again, for the desired number of reps. Now let me point out another version that I love that I will take credit for inventing. This applies to especially for men who have been lifting weights for a long time and holding heavy weights below their hips, whether it's lunges, squats, deadlifts. Over time, this pattern can pull your shoulder blades downward to what we call scapular depression. And that can, believe it or not, cause a lot of shoulder dysfunction. If you're that guy, like myself, who has a history of lifting heavy weight for a long period of time, for years, you might want to think about throughout your workout trying to prevent holding too much weight below your hips so it pulls your shoulders down. You're going to have a pattern called scapular depression, which is going to cause a lot of shoulder issues in the long run. So minimize that throughout the workout by doing a version of this squat where you have dumbbells on top of your shoulders. Same exercise, but it's actually going to be harder now too. Now you have your dumbbells on top of your shoulders, more of a vertical load. Again, bottom rib cage down, chin tucked in, look towards the floor. Same squatting pattern. 1, 2, 3, and again, you would do that exercise for the desired number of reps, and then you would switch feet. But That position, again, is going to, for a lot of men especially, it may in the long run fix a lot of shoulder pain. Because again, if you're holding weights, heavy weights, below your hips for years, with lunges, squats, deadlifts, over time, your shoulder blades are being pulled downward. It can cause a lot of shoulder dysfunction. Okay, so this is another option, the Bulgarian split stance squat. So I showed you 4 variations. This is a wonderful example of a big, compound lower body exercise that should be included in all of your workouts. Even if you have knee pain, this has been a really knee-friendly exercise for a lot of my clients. It should come early in the workout also because it's a very vigorous movement, working some very large prime movers. So I would never recommend doing Bulgarian split stance squats towards the end of your workout. Do them in the beginning part of your workout. It's probably going to be the biggest lift for many of you. Get it done early. You're going to have some fatigue later, and you'll love it. It can cause some soreness too. Trust me, if you're new at this exercise, you can get a lot of glute muscle recruitment too, but your body will recognize that pattern. It'll adjust to it, and I bet you'll love it. Okay, if you have any questions on it, just reach out to me. Thanks.